Hello everybody, my name is Hunter Hero, and I'm a bit of a mad lad. So this is going to be my Invoked Eldlich Dogmatika Shaddoll list. This thing is still needs to be refined, but I thought I'd throw my early playtest list up just so that way you guys can get a feel for it. Maybe throw me some advice down in the comments. This is 60 cards, so this thing's a bit thick. You can see this thing is big. This thing is also I'm trying to get ready for my state tournament coming up, so I thought playing some of my favorite and strongest decks together might be the best way to go about that. So I have a deck profile for you guys, so let's get right into it. First off, 3 Alistair. I don't think anybody's gonna fight me on that. One of your best, I think he is your only like true normal summon. Everything else is kind of gravy. You need all 3 of him. He is, again, you're going to be searching a lot with this deck, so numbers are a bit arbitrary. 3 copies of for that, that's obviously the one invoked. For our Shaddoll package, we have 3 copies of Wendy, 3 Squamata, 2 Beast, 2 Aerial, and the 1 Dragon. The reasons for the numbers, Wendy and Squamata are your best starters, so they have to be at 3. Since this is 60 cards, and as we get further up, Beast's draw actually becomes more important. And, if you're going first and you don't have enough to go the whole, Shaddoll combo route, setting Beast off of Aerial isn't always the worst play, because you can always destroy it on your own, or have it be flipped by your opponent. Double Aerial, because, actually it's, banishing right now is really good this format, and, it's actually not the worst monster in the deck. And then the 1 Dragon, which comes up more and more frequently. Spinning cards back to the hand and popping back row is really important. There's not really much more I can really need to say about this guy. He's really good right now. So that's it for our Shaddolls. So let's go into the most expensive package in the list, our Dogmatikas. 3 Ecclesia, 2 Fleur-de-Lis, 1 copy of Maximus, and the 1 Nexus. So, some of this is going to need some explaining. So, Ecclesia at Fleur-de-Lis are your standard. So, this is par for the course. Searches this or punishment. And this is a negate, so pretty self-explanatory and also helps you push for game. But Maximus is used to set up the Schism play. If you open like the absolute nuts, not too bad. This thing is going to require a lot of explaining. This is normally going to get searched off of Ecclesia because you have nothing big enough in the extra deck to search this. I used to, when I was playing the less cards in it, with just the Eldlich, you used to send the Mad Golden Lord to search for him if you really needed him. But that's a bad play. I don't do that anymore. So he's hard to his summoning condition is what you want to play him for. The destruction is just gravy, and the fact that these are all light targets means that they're never really truly dead in the hand. They're just fusion material. So yeah, that's it for the Dogmatika package. So let's get to the last 2 monsters. 2 Lord. You never play the 3rd because the 3rd one doesn't come up very often. This is probably the weakest of the 3 engines. Oh, I just went really out of focus there. By far, this is, I think, the weakest of the 3 engines. I don't like the Lich engine very much. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's not my favorite engine. Let's just stick to that. It's not my favorite engine, but it's immeasurably powerful and gives this deck a much longer grind game than it has any business having. So into the spell cards, we're going to play 3 Magical Meltdown and the 2 Invocation. You don't play 3. The 3rd one doesn't come up. The Invoked extra deck is actually the smallest part about it, so that's why you don't need a 3rd Invocation, but the Meltdown is more important than the Invo. Everybody knows what these cards do. Alright, 3 Shaddoll Fusion, 3 El Shaddoll Fusion. I don't think anybody's going to debate me on this, maybe on the El Shaddoll, because people have been cutting this down, but you need as many fusion spells as possible, just so that way you can get into your extra deck, because this deck lives and, lives and breathes by the extra deck, so, you need those. Alright, 3 Nadir, this thing is expensive. This is not a budget-friendly list, if you couldn't already tell. You need all 3 of this if you want to play this list. really ridiculous card. Everybody should know what this thing does. There is a card I'm not running is for the it's the Eldlich Cursed Eldland, and that's because while you like searching a bunch of this stuff, there's no space in the main deck, especially for your grind game. So speaking of grind game, 2 Avarice, these are your generic spell cards, Foolish Burial and the Upstart Goblin. All of these are just to try to re-garner some advantage after you start bleeding it, because this deck does bleed advantage. Like you dump so many cards. Your end boards are kind of like really janky, so these always are just great cards to see. But other than that, that's it for the spell cards. Not a whole lot going on there. That's not standard. Now here's the trap lineup. This is where, you know, things get really interesting. 3 copies of Sinister Shadow Games. This thing is actually a lot better than I gave it credit for. Sending a Shaddoll card and then being able to flip summon, flip all your Shaddolls is really important. Sending Beast, drawing a free card, and flipping like Wendy or something, pretty good. Not going to debate that too much. This thing is really good. This is a heavy back row deck, if you couldn't tell. Then the 1 Resh and the 1 Schism. Resh for the old Resh combo, and Schism because it's ridiculous. This is also one of your few outs to Dragoon. He is not that big of a problem in this deck because hopefully you will be seeing your outs before they can make the Dragoon. Schism is your out to the Dragoon. And if you have Magical Meltdown, they can't stop the Schism, so you're going to get rid of the Dragoon. And then for our Eldlich trap cards, the 3 standards. 3 Scarlet, 3 Con, and 3 Hawk. Nothing's really new here. DD Crow, Pop, and Special Summon from the deck. Nothing's new. I was going to play Elixir of White, but I really don't like it anymore. Bit cloggy, and it's not good. It's good when you need it, but it doesn't come up that often. So, 2 copies of Dogmatika Punishment. You don't play it at 1 anymore, especially because you just since this is 60 cards, you're kind of free to go willy-nilly with it. The second punishment does come up occasionally. Opening it in your hand is never dead, because at least that way you have at least some form of interaction if the hand's bad. Open too many trap cards or something. I was playing Azaroon earlier, but turns out Azaroon's not nearly as good. So yeah, 2 punishment. And the most expensive and the last trap card in the list, Icestrike Prison. This thing is ridiculous. Absolutely, it kills Dragonlink, it kills Dragon Maid, it absolutely butchers Bird Up if you see it. If you're forced to go second against Bird Up, just activate, hope they don't summon the guy when you summon this, or have it paired with the punishment, so that way you can punishment away the bird, or find a way to out it. But the prison's used to out the barrier statue. If they make mistakes, the prison only gets better from there. But you must wait to use this. Don't be dumb, please. All right. So that's it about that's about it for the main deck. So let's get to the extra deck. Not a whole lot of this is unique. It's pretty boring. Artemis, the only Link monster you play in the deck, actually. As a lot of your stuff is like level 4 or lower in spellcasters, you can make her, she's a free light target. That's all she really is important for this. 2 Makaba, 1 Agoides. You need the negates from Makaba. He's normally your 3rd summon if you open really well. Agoides is for your final push for game. He is also a quick pop, and he's also another light target to make the 2nd Makaba. So, 3 Construct, 2 App Cologne, and 2 Winda. These are pretty standard Shaddoll numbers. I really like the 2nd App Cologne. It comes up often enough to matter. If you open the Schism, you can still send it off a Nadir and pitch a Beast or whatever Shaddoll card you need to resolve to get a free search or a free draw or whatever. The 2nd Winda, just in case you need a Nadir and you're running low on constructs because you need to keep at least 1, because she's also still really good for pushing for game. Sending the Winda to grab back some of your spell cards isn't exactly the worst play either. So overall, the extra deck I'm pretty satisfied with. The only thing is that there's some other cards in this extra deck that you could definitely cut down to make room for more Shaddoll cards. or super poly targets. For the last cards, these are most of your Nadir targets. Entis, Titaniclad, and Wind Pegasus Adagnister. This card has no business being as good as it is. Being able to spin one of your opponent's cards back into the deck when one of yours is destroyed is phenomenal. And Titaniclad going first is really good. The Entis is just standard at this point. I'm pretty sure this card's gonna get hit one day. I'd be really sad to see it go, but it's gonna go one day. So, yeah, so that's it for the extra deck. Honestly, this list is still a work in progress. So, nothing's set in stone. I might update this list as the month goes on and I playtest this list more. I just thought I'd post the early list to just get, your guys' views on it, see what you guys like, what you don't like, suggestions and stuff. I don't normally want to, have to ask for you guys to interact, but honestly, leave a comment with what you think, any suggestions, stuff like that. Don't be, rude. Oh, I must have put my side over there. Oopsies. But, don't be, rude about it, but, give me, legitimate, suggestions and stuff. I want to see what y'all are thinking, because this list is really fun. It's really flexible. There's not a whole lot to mess up in it. It's really good. It's some of the best engines in the format being put together into one conglomerate. So, yeah, I guess that's going to be it for this profile, guys. Let me know what you think. Share it to your friends. Whatever. Do what you want. It's your life, not mine. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, okay? Have a good night.